All right. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I am your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today we are back in Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Apologies for starting a few minutes late this morning. I was getting started right on time, and then my computer crashed. And we had two crashes yesterday during the stream when we were trying to play Grounded 2, and I thought it was the game Grounded 2 that was causing it. Apparently that was only one factor. So I ran some updates, did a couple of small tweaks to try to help the situation. Fingers crossed that we're good right now, but that set me back about 15 minutes. X-Shuriken says, I've never seen this game. Can you summarize it in one sentence? No. But I could do it in a couple of sentences. It's Warhammer 40k, so it's sci-fi. It's in the year 40,000. Massive spaceships, humanity is on millions of planets, stuff like that. Aliens and demons are real, they mostly want to kill you. You play the role of a rogue trader. Someone who is allowed to break the law is, like, long as what you're doing is helping the betterment of mankind. So you are often going out into the unknown reaches of space and, colonizing new worlds and adding them to the empire of man, stuff like that, which they often have aliens, and for most people, talking with aliens is heresy, crime punishable by death. For you, you could talk with them if you want, you could fight them if you want, you can make deals with them if you want. As long as it betters mankind, you're allowed to bend the rules. And this is the Rogue Trader's story. With all of that said, let's see, where were we? Let's check here. And pulling up the warp map of where we are in space right now. Okay, that's right, we were under, that's right. Talk to the Master of Ceremonies. Okay, pretty sure if I interact with the Master of Ceremonies, that might start the next act. I'm not positive. But we got a couple more things I want to do first. So I'm going to go to the, let's see, that was the map of the local solar system. I'm going to go to the big map. These two regions here, haven't checked yet. So, we're going to warp travel there. The Lord Captain retreats to his study to reflect on recent events, but his train of thought is interrupted by the muffled creak of the door and the sound of soft footsteps. Okay. Perfect time to join the stream. That's right, Nafir. Welcome. We saved you a seat. Now is... who is it? Oh, it's Yurliet. Elantok, I finally found you in this dwelling. Yurliet comes closer and smoothly makes an unfamiliar gesture with her hands. This symbol has many meanings. Humility, grief, loss, shame, regret. I hope you'll accept them all, because I am sorry for what happened to your world, to your subjects, to your palace, and for what my kin did to them. Your kin! You have never referred to the Drakari as such before. For a few seconds, Yurliet is silent. We come from the same source, Elantok. We share the same blood, even though the Drakari blood is distorted and their souls empty. It is a fact that cannot simply be brushed aside. Why are you apologizing? It is not your fault. Yurliet shudders so slightly you almost miss it. She opens her mouth, then turns away, searching for the right words. My words will not heal the wounds nor bring back the fallen, and they will not restore your protectorate. However, she falls silent, and her deep, piercing gaze seems to reach down into the very depths of your soul. Look silently back at her. Look, Elantok, the gaze of a child of Assyrian can penetrate deeper than a monkey's, and I can see all of the heaviness that has accumulated in your soul during our travels. I see it. In your gestures, in the tilt of your head, in the change in your scent. If you will allow me, this is the first time you have heard Yurliet sound so indecisive and guilty. I will help you to cast off this burden and cleanse your soul and mind of worry. How exactly are you going to help me? It is difficult to describe, Elantok, but your soul shines bright and your mind is strong enough for you to be able to immerse yourself in your own mind and cleanse it of unnecessary cares. I am still not sure that your species is capable of such a thing, but it is worth a try. If nothing comes out of it, then the only thing you will lose is a small fraction of your time. And I will be your guide on this journey. I will help you to enter the meditative state, to get to know yourself. Of course, that is if you let me. Immersing yourself in your soul is a deeply intimate process, but you will not be able to do it without me. Yurliet thoughtfully brushes a strand of red hair away from her face. And I promise you, Alontok, that I will not judge you, your world, or anything that takes place inside it. We will see only what you want to see. Awareness succeeded. Embers of genuine curiosity glimmer in her emerald gaze. To know a human's soul is a unique opportunity for an Eldari, and Yurliet's uncharacteristic caution and uncertainty imply that she is also discomfited by her own keen interest. Delving into one's inner world. Is it painful? No, Alontok. There is no physical pain, but you will be able to see your inner pain if it is bleeding in your soul. Very well, Yurliet. Show me my inner world. Yurliet nods slowly. She is clearly surprised by your compliance. Then we need to find a suitable place, somewhere quiet and serene. My bathroom? Let go of everything, Alontok. Doubts, fears, emotions. Cast off the weight of your soul. Good. Now try to look inside your soul. Look at it shining timidly and dive in. Okay. Gonna meet my spirit animal? I bet it's a badger. Feel like a badger. It's a badger, isn't it? We did it, Alontok. So far, your world resembles the real one, but soon you will learn to go deeper. Okay. Remember that everyone here is just a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and desires. Do not be afraid to look them in the eye. Okay. I don't know if we're going to end up in combat, and I have not leveled her up in a long time. Let's do that now. Let's see. Which of these? Let's get Lorzinos. Let's see, where's this? Death Whisper. Elusive Shadow. With your enemies. Poised to Strike. Dense Macabre. Fainting Attack. Next time target attack after using armor penetration penalty. The 0% armor plus lethality. Is a ranged attack. A target is forced to move to the closest cell. Okay, Killing Edge. So honestly, the attack of this attack. So 40% harder for this attack to land, but hits much harder. Let's get that. Okay. Hey Mike, what are your thoughts on Guild Wars 2 adding a new race like Bearkin and Birdfolk? I don't think it'll ever happen. Guild Wars 2 is on an old engine. It's, you know, they're using software that's over 10 years old at this point. And they've not yet ever added any new races to the game. I think it's too deep in the spaghetti code. I don't think they're going to do it. If they did do it, I think it would be awesome, and I would be cheering alongside you. I don't think they're going to, though. Let's see. Whenever the assassin attacks an enemy that's at full wounds, you gain plus 20% dodge and dodge reduction against that enemy until the end of the next turn. Whenever the assassin attacks an enemy with a single target attack, that attack reduces target's armor and dodge by 10%. If an enemy suffers a critical hit from one of the assassin's allies... Lethality, chance to deal damage when hitting an opening. All enemies that do not have the assassin in line of sight suffer the unsuspecting effect. Perfect opening is not bad. Hemorrhage effect applied by Death Whisper does additional 10 damage. For every 10 damage dealt by the assassin's attack, the attack also deals plus 1 direct damage to the same target. Our assassin does direct damage, they suffers plus 1 stack of the vulnerable effect. Let me see, hold on. The vulnerable effect. Character suffers more damage from the assassin's target attacks. Whenever the assassin deals 5 or more direct damage to an enemy with a single attack, they get plus 10 lethality until the end of combat. What's lethality? A specific assassin parameter, which is equal to dodge or dodge reduction, whichever is higher. Okay. Sure, let's get that. That's fine. Alright, see, perception and... Okay, perception's fine. Choose a common talent. Drukari equipment. In my sights. Oh, I thought that said President's Sight. Prescient Sight. Drukari equipment, I guess? Might have something good in there. Let's see, what else we got? Seize the advantage. Outsmart. Mortally effective. Lone killer. Leave no witness. The enemy last damaged by the assassin suffers the witness effect. If a witness does not have an assassin in their line of sight at the end of the assassin's turn, the witness suffers 25% of the max base damage of the assassin's current weapon. So if you shoot someone, then break line of sight with them, they take damage again. Huh. Imminent demise. See agility, perception. Let's get perception. Alright. Stats, awareness. Let's do lower Xenos. Let's see, dispatch. I need a reminder of what this does. Let's see, make an attack with the current weapon against an enemy. This attack cannot miss and does 50% more damage. Also does additional damage equal to their missing wounds. Okay. Alright. Until the end of combat, the target of dispatch loses half current armor in deflection, or does additional damage equal to 45% of the target's missing wounds instead of 25. Or, until the end of combat, whenever the assassin hits an opening, they gain health, so life stealing. Or, if dispatch kills the target, all enemies around them gain 2 stacks of the disturbed effect. It must become... let's get that one. Okay. Let's get the health bonus. I try to get that on everybody at some point. And... Dueling Mastery plus parry. I feel like Chip is broken up with Muck. I haven't seen him in ages, except if Boy brings him down. I gave him a lot of pets right before the stream started, but yeah, he seems less interested in hanging out in here on the tower. Don't really know why, but if, you know, it's up to him. Let's try the leave no witness thing. Alright, agility. Let's see, awareness. Yeah, awareness is fine. Poised to strike. I don't really like any of these. Honestly, this whole assassin subclass, definitely not my thing. But we wanted to try it out. Get the dash, I guess. Might be good for mobility. Let's see. In my sights gains additional armor pen equal to perception. In my sights gains dodge reduction equal to ballistic skill. Sure. I don't even remember what in my sights is. Seek the opening. I think you're just a worse Cabello. That's why I went bleed on my playthrough. Let's see. Deja Vu says, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 since the beta. Always rated in WoW, never rated Guild Wars 2. Your videos had me clear all wings last week. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Glad to know that they're still helping people out. That's awesome. Yeah, I actually came from WoW before this as well. I played WoW for close to 10 years before I did Guild Wars 2 stuff. Hey, Muck, everyone. What's up, gaming? At the assassin's turn, all enemies that do not have the assassin in their line of sight suffer unsuspecting effect until the end of the assassin's turns. Ambush, sure. Why not? Let's see. Awareness, sure. This is feed. Sure. Okay. There we go. Okay. And that's done. Do we have a better gun for her? Wanderer's Portent. Let's see. Silence of Shale. Targets hit with this weapon must pass a willpower test or they suffer trauma for a round. That seems to be better damage than what she's got now. Dari Long Rifle. Wanderer's Portent. Okay, I think that's it. What about trinkets and stuff? What do we got? Let's see, finish the job. Tech use. Coins and AP. When the wearer has less than half health, every second attack against them is dodged. Peculiar trinket. At the start of the wearer's turn, they gain 0 temporary... Wait, is this a backpack? Hold on. Let's do that. Put that on him. It's like regeneration. Each of the wearer's melee attacks made against enemies under exposed weakness reduce the enemy's strength and agility by 10. Plus 10 logic. Ring that has a flamethrower in the ring. Classic, I guess. Let's see. Plus willpower. Tech use. Psychic attack thing. Coercion. If you're an overseer, nope, that doesn't help. Toughness increase. Plus 10 ballistic skill. She definitely uses ballistic skill. Grants ranged attacks plus damage. Why does it say plus 0% damage? What does that scale with? Rate of fire? Wearer cannot suffer burning effect. The wearer inflicts additional stacks of burning when they stand on burning cells. Plus 10 strength. Plus lore warp. Reduce the recoil of automatic weapons. Her current weapon is not automatic. Plus carouse. Plus fellowship and commerce. Plus weapon skill and strength. That's melee weapons. When the wielder attacks with any ranged weapon at 1 cell range, the attack also inflicts bleeding. Bayonet. Yeah. Put a bayonet on it. Sniper rifle with a bayonet. Okay. Whenever the wearer hits an enemy with Deadeye Shot, it reduces the enemy's deflection by 1 and applies 1 exploit until the end of combat, stacks up to 3 times. Exploit is more for the operative class, not what she is. Whenever you kill 2 or more enemies with a single attack, no. Every time the wearer does damage, the target's weapon skill, ballistic skill is reduced by 5 for 2 rounds. Okay. Alright, I think that's sufficient. Let's tap quick save and see what we're dealing with. Hey, Muck and everyone. What's up, gaming? Long save. Okay. Standing at the helm, peering into the darkness of the cosmos, you feel as lonely among the stars as I do with my kin. Dispel your loneliness.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Listen closely. We got rid of one rogue trader, we'll get rid of him too. Ah. Everyone from the lower decks to the senior officers hates him. I hear their Vox transmissions. Mutiny is brewing. As long as I still can use his thrones, I don't care. Wow. Once betrayed, it's hard to put one's trust in others again, especially those closest and most loyal to us. Gabella. Love, a hollow word, Daman. Do you not see that I only have the undying one in my heart? Not you, not ever. No, goth girlfriend. You are reaching out to a soul you do not fully understand. You are afraid that your differences will only cause you pain. Do not let fear dictate your fate. Okay.
One step at a time.
Am I here to kill you,
amidst
to
the
betray you, to
madness.
serve you? Am I friend or foe? What do you think, Mukluk? Voitvir. Have you already forgotten me, Muck? Oh, don't ever forget me, not even for a moment, because as soon as you turn away, I will plunge the shard of my sword into your throat. Okay. I like how the copy of me has a Cyber Mastiff also. I don't know who this monkey is, but your memories of them are akin to slimy mud after the rain. Let's wash it away like spring water, shall we? Once again, some of the word bubbles do not last long enough, and others are, like, way too long.
They will see. Oh,
The burden of
yes,
responsibility lies on
they
your shoulders,
all
Alontak,
will see.
and your soul grows dull from weariness. Couldn't read that one in time. Break the chains of exhaustion. Chat, just decide to not be exhausted. It's that easy. Cassia. Everything you now have was served to you on a silver platter. Do you deserve it? Fresh blood soaks into the priceless silk coverlets, forming an ugly stain under the corpse. Your corpse. All sentient beings are afraid of death. You have to accept the fear first before you can get rid of it. Accept fears.
What lies beyond?
Pascal. Unit Mukluk von Valancius' crimes against the sacred laws of the Omnissiah have been logged. Retribution is imminent. Solomorn. Hide behind the warrant all you want. I could see right through you. One day you'll make a mistake, and then rest assured I will be there, the punishing hand of the Lex Imperialis. It's kind of cool that the DLC characters are in this flashback as well. Or I guess flashback's not the right word. This, trip into your mind. Abelard. Lord Captain, your decision will doom us all. Lowly pirates perish, risking nothing but their own skin, but what of you? Okay. You are putting the lives of thousands of crew members and billions of Protectorate subjects in danger.
Curiosity.
Marizai.
Sings in my veins.
You just got lucky, Monkey, but luck is the only thing you have. You are weak. Prepare to suffer. Only the mad and the foolish ever doubt their strength. The wise are full of doubt, but they know how to let go of them. Accept and let go of doubts. Adira, putting on airs, Lord Captain. You are as distant from the common folk as rusty old footfall is from Terra. Theodora, I'm proud of you, Mukluk. You've become a worthy successor and perhaps even the best Lord Captain. But what? There's gonna be something negative. This whole place is negative. Some words you need to hear at least once to believe them. Okay. Argenta. In truth, you believe in nothing at all, Mukluk. Not the God Emperor, the archenemy, or even people. You barely believe in yourself, I pity you.
There will be no peace in my wake.
The fire of faith burns bright in your soul, burning you from within. You risk losing yourself if you ever succumb to it. That's a horror of Tzeentch there. Accept yourself. Listen closely. Mukluk and Yirliet's echo. What is this, Monkey? The voice of the incorporeal echo that has made your soul its home seems to sound only in your own head. Yirliet's face tenses in surprise, her features becoming even sharper as she stares in confusion at the ghostly figures. She says nothing, stealing glances at you, then at the figures again, as if she is waiting for something. Look closely at the ghostly figures. Just decide to not be exhausted. That's the gaslighting I do every morning. Gaming in Pieces, I hear this game is amazing. How are you liking it? I very much like it. This is my second playthrough. I did one playthrough right when the game came out, and we're doing a playthrough again now that they've released a couple DLCs. A strange feeling envelops your body. You feel yourself becoming lighter than air, and inside your mind, your thoughts are racing at an incredible speed. You are not yet aware that you are looking through the eyes of your ghostly echo, and are observing from afar. All at the same time, the inner world changes under the force of your will, and you can now control your own echo. You can now do something that you would not dare to do in the real world. Resist the temptation. We're already dating the goth girlfriend, not the elf lady. You and Yurliet stand together in complete silence for a while, tense and awkward at first, then soft and enveloping. You feel Yurliet sigh ever so slightly, and you hear the sadness hidden in her voice. But she remains silent until the ghostly figures around you start to disappear. It is time to return to Lalantok. Your soul is not yet strong enough to endure prolonged immersion. Take a deep breath and... So that was a chance to try to romance her, if you wanted to. You awaken from your meditation with a sense of vigor and unusual calm, as if you have just taken a shower under a freezing waterfall or delivered a speech in front of thousands of subjects, and your heart swells from the crowd's adulation. Mukluk, you are awake. Yurliet starts at her own words, realizing that this is the first time she's ever called you by your name. Your soul shines too radiantly for a human, despite all the litter that had accumulated in your soul. You can get rid of litter, but the light, try to preserve it, Mukluk. It draws the eye like bright stars in the night sky. Of course, your world is not as beautiful and serene as mine, but I was glad to see it. When will I be able to see your world? Yurliet just shakes her head. I do not think so, Alantok. It is impossible to know everything in this world, no matter how much we would like to, and still my heart sings, for I have helped you find peace, even if only for a short while. Until we meet again, Alantok, may the stars guide us along the safe roads. Okay. I think we've interacted with all this before. Alright, back to the bridge. So all this happened while I was just traveling from A to B. So let's go back to the map. Okay, so I need to map out these two little places here. So let's jump over to this one. One of the macro cannon clans has sounded the alarm. The bay's ventilation systems have brought in the miasmas of some terrible disease that is killing dozens by the minute. Even more horrifying, the dead are rising to their feet and attacking the living, while some of the corpses are losing their human forms together, turning into unspeakable warp beasts. It would be suicide for the troops to storm the bay. Only the fearless Lord Captain and his retinue can stop this plight. Damage taken. Bodie McBoatface 9. Okay. I like how the people that dedicate themselves to like combat and training every day still don't stand a chance, but just throw the captain at it, who has a lot of other duties as well. The captain will take care of it. Ooh, big gun.
Oh, glorious spectacle of your demise.
Okay. Alright, let's see.
Isn't this a job
Give
for the
Heinrich some
serfs?
action. Regen on everyone. And let's do the buff area.
If I may,